Welcome to the tutorial on my deal analyzer in Ultimate Property Dashboard, your insights and leads delivered. Today we're going to look at my deal analyzer and how we can use that to help us to assess properties that are either on or off market. And critically, with on market deals, we're able to link properties that are currently on the market to the deal analyzer without you having to put in lots of information. Now, if you're familiar with Ultimate Property Dashboard, you'll know that there are many ways in which you can search for properties. If you want to understand how to search for properties, check out one of our other video tutorials where we show you how to do this. Now, for this example, we're going to go straight to my sourcing leads, and we're going to look for a property. This time I'm going to look for one in SA6. There are a number of properties available to me. I'm going to randomly select one, assuming that I wish to buy it. Let's go for this one here. So that's a property that I may well be interested in. I've had a look at it. I like the look of it. It needs a little bit of work, but it's generally okay. What am I going to do? I am going to click on this icon in the top right hand corner. It looks like two pieces of paper with a tick next to them, and it says add this property to deal analyzer, which I am now doing. The software is now going to get all of the details from the portal where that property was advertised, and it's going to put them into a report for me. Now, I'm going to assume that I know the address. If you don't know the address, that's not a problem. You can always come back and edit it. It is impossible pretty much to select the actual address for a property at this moment in time, so we're just going to randomly select one, and then we're going to say what type of property it is. So it was a semi-detached house. You'll notice there's a red asterisk next to the fields that are required. Where possible, the software will automate the population of those fields for you, so you'll notice a lot of them are pre-filled. And then there's obviously the details there as to where it's listed. We've got some details about the property description, and then all we're going to do is we're going to save. So we save that property, and that will now be added to the deal analyzer area of the software just here. Now, you can see that the property is now added, and I can now note that I've got the address. I can add it to lead research and my area research. So if you're interested in that area, add it to my area. If you're interested in finding out more about that type of property, put it in my lead research. And if you've put something in incorrectly, you can go back and edit the property details. At this moment in time, we haven't pulled a photo through. By the time the software updates on its next refresh, it will automatically pull a photo through as well for you. Now, the important bit here is just down at the bottom. We've got strategies, details, photos, offers, notes, and tasks. These are the key elements for Deal Analyzer. If you want to manually input any of these, you can always tick or press on any of these tabs, and you're able to do so. Well, the software will guide you through it, so there's no need to click on each one individually. You will be guided through it. But if you wanted to come back and change anything, such as add more photos, take some notes, put some tasks in against the property, you are able to do so. Now, for this property in particular, I'm going to add it as a new buy to let. So I'm going to put in the market value, what I'm prepared to pay for it. So I'm going to put in 130,000, and I'm also going to put in the rent that I expect to get on this one per month. I'm going to put in 850, and you'll see that the cash flow box is ticked, and the rental coverage has a thumbs up. That means that we've got positive cash flow, so we will make profit by buying this property and renting it out. And the rental coverage is also sufficient for mortgage. Now, we've been very cautious here. We put 150% of the mortgage interest at 5.5%. Now, I know that you can get it for less than that. I get that, and you can make your own decision as to whether or not you do or you do not want to proceed. But for safety's sake, we've put that default value in. Now, just underneath that quick calculator, you've also got some default numbers as well. Now, we'll take some assumptions in relation to this property in terms of conveyancing, broker fees. They may want to add in a survey. You may want to add in you may want to add in some other utilities if you've got to pay for them. We've also got the refurbishment cost, probably the most popular one. We can put in how much we think that's going to cost us to refurbish, and then we can update and save. Now, that you can also save those as the default numbers for properties going forward, so you can have your own sort of default setup for managing properties. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. You notice I've got management fee in there for an estate agent to manage this for me as well. Now I'm going to save that as a buy-to-let. That doesn't mean we're at the end. That means we move on to the next step. Okay, so you can now see that we've got the property details, we've got the rent, we've got the cash flow, the ROI and the yield. Now if we want to know more about that property, this is very useful when it comes to discussing things with your mortgage broker or just basically assessing the property. You can click on more info and you'll get a full breakdown of all of the costs, what cash is required to buy this property, and then what the gross rental income will be minus all of the various costs. So you can get a headline figure for return on investment, and also you can get a headline figure for your rental yield. So really useful. Again, if you want to change any of these figures rather than going back to the start, just click on edit and you can go back in and you can edit the figures again. Okay, so there's plenty for us to do here. We could say that the done-up value is slightly higher if we want to. We can do many different things in relation to this property, but what's probably most crucial is being able to record an offer. So let's assume that I've made an offer. I've been a bit cheeky and I've offered 120,000 on this. Okay, you'll notice that the information is automatically updated, so you can see what the new cash in required, the new yield and the new ROI. And I can save each offer. Every time I contact the estate agent, I contact the broker, I contact the property sourcer, I can update. And you'll notice now that my strategies area has been updated. I've now got a status pending for this property. That means that I haven't had an offer accepted, but I also haven't had it declined. Now critically, and if you go on some training courses, you'll probably realize the importance of this. The importance of property and property investing is follow-up. Now you can do this manually, or you can click on schedule a follow-up and you can say when you need to follow up on that. So let's assume I put an offer in today. In a week's time I can follow that up. Click on save, and within a week's time I'll get a note in tasks. You'll see we've gone from strategy straight across the tasks that I've got to follow up on my offer in a week's time. Now just very briefly, if we were to go to my calendar, you will notice that that follow-up is now in my calendar and it's in my tasks. So you can see I've got a few different things here. Emblem Terrace, Plasmol. I have 7 days before I have to follow up on that item. Okay, so not only do you find it in Deal Analyzer, it's also in your overall calendar as well. Now I've gone back to Deal Analyzer. You can see here I've got Emblem Terrace at the top of all of the properties that I've been looking at. If I click on view again, I can see that property. I can also check the details, remind me of the advert, detail within the advert, obviously the images if I've got any images of it, and I can upload more. I can see my offers, the offers that I have put in and where we're at with those. Also notes, no notes added. I could put a note in if I wanted to, and I've also got a task there as well. Now we'll go back to offers. Now this is important. If my offer is accepted, I can click on pending, and I can change it. So I can say accepted, or I could even say it's declined, or I could say it's withdrawn. So in this instance, I can put down declined, but I can still schedule a follow-up. It's always worth scheduling follow-ups. I could change that to accepted. And again, once it's accepted, I may want to put in a new task, contact mortgage broker, speak to mortgage broker. Okay, so quite a lot that we can do with My Deal Analyzer. Now if we go back to the top left hand corner of the window where it says My Deal Analyzer, you can then see the properties that we've currently got. You can see I've made offers, or I've used My Deal Analyzer to stack 5 deals. There's also HMO, and we've got flip and buy refurb refinance. We'll do separate videos on those for you, but you can also do this for HMOs as well, where you can put in the specific rooms, but we're not going to go through that in this video. We're just going to focus on the buy-to-let because they're very similar in functionality. So you can see you've got the properties. You've also got get directions, so you can see it on a map if you've forgotten where it is. But critically, we've also got my offers as well. So here are the offers that we've got. You can see all the different offers that I've put in. The most recent one down at the bottom there, Emblem Terrace. It's been accepted, and again, you can see here we've got a nice breakdown of all offers. Then we can see the ones that are pending, the ones you've had accepted, the ones that you've had declined, and if you've withdrawn any offers as well. It's a really useful way of managing your pipeline of property offers. And yeah, as I said, very easy for you to edit and add these properties. Now, if you've got a property that's off market, so it's not come directly through the platform, you can manually add a property just by using this big blue button at the top as well, add new property to analyze. We're not going to go through that now, it's pretty self-explanatory really. But yeah, that's a good overview there of how to use my deal analyzer. And again, just as a reminder before we go, if you've got a property that you like the look of, this is another one that I've found, click on show report and you'll get a lovely breakdown. This is probably the most useful part of this. If you want to provide this to people, use it for negotiation, send it to your mortgage broker, send it to your business partner or your JV partner. Again, not only have you got all of the information at your fingertips, but you've also got a nice, easy to use formatted view for you to show people. Just click on download PDF and you can print and send any of these reports. And don't forget again that it's also, if you do make any offers, it will always be added to calendar whenever you make an offer or have an offer accepted or declined. So you can put that into my calendar and ensure that it's followed up. So you've got a pipeline, you've got research, and you've got information about properties all in one place. So that's my deal analyzer. And that's Ultimate Property Dashboard, your insights and leads delivered.